This lesson will be the last in the series of genders of nouns, and we will take a topic which we already started to discuss, namely the professions. Professions, as we already talked about, are in Russian language mostly masculine. Why are they mostly masculine? Because Russian women were not working until a certain point of history, something about 100 years ago. Then the women started to work and occupy the same positions as men today. However, the language couldn't develop itself that fast, and some of the professions still got only the masculine description. Well, and the general rule says if profession ends in consonant, which is logical, actually consonant, it is masculine. But basically we already learned that any noun which ends in consonant is masculine. What's interesting and new will be the soft sign. If profession ends in soft sign, then we also got a masculine noun. So all of the professions ending in soft sign are masculine. It is useful because once we got a noun with the soft sign and end, usually we don't know the gender of this noun. So we got masculine word, masculine noun. Well, now since we learned that most of the professions are masculine, how would we describe, for example, a female, somebody of the female gender from the masculine profession word? Just for example, let's take doctor. 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 There is no female form of doctor. It ends in consonant. It is masculine. How would we say good doctor? Do you remember how to say good? Хороший. 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 So we get хороший doctor. It ends in E. It is masculine ending for an adjective, and we took it from the dictionary. So we got masculine ending for adjective. It's legitimate description for a male person. How would we describe a female doctor who is also good? So she is also good doctor. Well, we will take also masculine adjective. So for masculine and for feminine, we will say хороший доктор. For beginners of Russian language, probably you cannot hear the difference here. But the advanced learners already understand that if we get хороший, we describe somebody masculine, not in the profession. So in the profession, we need to look at the context. So if we speak about a good female doctor, хороший доктор describes a good female doctor. If we speak about men, then we don't have this problem in the beginning. And for doctor, we also got a different name, врач. Врач. Also ends in consonant, also masculine. How would we say beautiful doctor? Beautiful врач. Красивый. Красивый. Красивый врач. Beautiful doctor. Врач and doctor is synonymous. How would we say a beautiful female doctor? Красивый врач. How would we say beautiful male doctor? Красивый врач. Again, for masculine and feminine. If we need to describe a profession, we take masculine adjective. So, masculine description word. And just let's learn few professions in Russian. And you will be surprised because some of them are in sound and in meaning same as English professions. Director. Director is chef. Director. Director is chef. Teacher. Do you remember how to say teacher? We heard it quite a few times. I'm your teacher. Я ваш учитель. Teacher is учитель. Учитель. And we also know another word for учитель in the university. It would be professor. Professor. Written with double S, however, pronounced professor with one S. Повар. Повар is cook. Повар. Тренер is trainer. Тренер. Инженер. Инженер. Film director would be режиссер. Режиссер. Film director. Photographer would be photograph. Photograph. And editor would be redactor. Redactor. So, as you can see, we got all words ending in a consonant except for учитель. So for us, even if we would use the general rule for recognition of how to recognize the gender of the noun, in all of these cases we would come up with masculine gender. So except for учитель, it ends in soft sign. Usually we would need to memorize that учитель is masculine. However, because it's a profession and it ends in soft sign, it is masculine. And if we would want to describe our chef, who is director, as beautiful chef, we would say красивый директор. And it would be a description fitting for both masculine and feminine chef. Красивый директор. Хороший учитель. Красивый профессор. Директор is chef. Учитель is teacher. Professor is professor. Повар is cook. How would we say fast cook? Быстрый повар. Быстрый. Быстрый is fast. Быстрый повар. And how would we say slow trainer? Медленный. Медленный. Медленный тренер. How would we say clever engineer or intelligent engineer? Умный. Умный. Умный инженер. So, we are using masculine endings of adjectives. Actually, we are using just adjectives in the form we are taking them from the dictionary, and we're describing both a male and a female person. So, быстрый повар would be fast cook, медленный тренер, slow trainer, умный инженер, intelligent engineer, умный режиссер, intelligent film director or director. Умный фотограф would be clever photographer, intelligent photographer. Быстрый фотограф would be fast photographer. And redactor is editor. So, медленный редактор would be slow editor, and хороший редактор would be a good editor. Well, it was a bit too long for describing professions, however, it is very important. Why is it important? Well, because Russians like to hear it in the male form for both female and male. It would be much more difficult for you, for example, if you need to calculate in your head, how would I say the female form of a male word? Because the vocal harmony between two words are not working anymore. You need to hear the melody of the language and create this feeling of the melody of the language. And once you created this and you come to the point where you need to describe a female person with male adjective and the male profession, well, it creates certain difficulties. It creates also certain difficulties for Russian students, for example. In the school, they need to learn it separately, and the teacher needs to emphasize that you need to say умный учитель, intelligent teacher, for both female and the male teacher.